Game 4 of the current series. If you've not seen the preceding games, you should probably watch those first. Links in the description, as well as in a button on the video. Game 4 now between oGs.Supernova and rox.Slivko in the IEM Sao Paulo quarterfinals. Supernova is up 2-1 over Slivko. Now Slivko is our teal Zerg spawning up in the northeast position, here on Shikaros Plateau, while Supernova is our red Terran up in the northwest position. So if the game progresses into a big long macro game, as has been what both players are kind of gravitating towards.
Yeah, we've had a number of mind-out mains.
We have the potential to see one of those, map cut in half type situations that this map can turn into with these type of spawn locations with this matchup, Zerg versus Terran.
Yep, well off getting started. Supernova's main.
And the SCV moves out after finishing the supply depot too. Looks like he's going to build the barracks out by his... Yeah, he's building the barracks out in his natural.
Kind of a hidden spot. Not the first thing a scout drone would see.
Yeah, it just puts it a little bit farther forward, also puts it in a bit of a weird spot, so potentially he won't see it. Oh! Nope, second barracks going down.
And he drops the second one. But his third.
Yeah, that pocket location. Here comes the Overlord Scout, and just now coming into the high ground. The drone scouted the wrong way, going off into the southwest. Slivko, by the way, went 14 hatch. Here comes the drone up the ramp at the natural. Does not see either barracks. He comes up, sees the supply depot by the wall, doesn't see any buildings. He's turning around. Oh, he's queued up to see the barracks on the natural.
Yep, he sees one at the natural, but not at the third.
Now he's following that marine. Oh, he turns back around. Oh, he sees 3 SCVs. And back in his base, by the way, there is a bunker going up. A couple more SCVs already there. 4 drones have been pulled. Start fighting this off. So Supernova not so much gearing for a macro game this time.
Yep, he's just saying, you know what, I'm up a game. I'm gonna try to end this now.
A couple drones go down. SCV resumes construction on the bunker. Second bunker now going up. Third marine arriving.
Yep, third marine arriving. This is...
6 Zerglings now in here though. Drones being pulled once again.
Oh yeah,
2
they get
of
a
the marines
good
make it into a bunker. But the bunker is going down.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of repair on it, but it's not enough. They're being outgunned by the Zergling and drone DPS.
Yeah, there's too many Zergs to deal with.
Yep, marines get cleaned up. Second bunker canceled. It's SCV killed.
Yeah, so
that aggression
forced
is
a lot of
stopped.
Zerglings, but...
Forced a decent number of Zerglings, but he also invested more than a couple of SCVs into that, which have been lost. Currently sitting at 12 SCVs to 15 drones. Now, the Marines are going to repel the Zergling counterattack, though.
Supernova dropping his own natural. Definitely an interesting start to the game, but not too far from what we've seen at this point in the last few games. Spinecrawler going down.
Well, in terms of both
natural
players,
gas
kind of
getting grabbed in the main. It was a fairly even exchange, I would say.
Yeah, in terms of being an even exchange. I mean, nothing like the builds we've seen, though, in terms of what each player did. Similar comparative, positional strengths, sure. The Marine counter push comes in. Doesn't do a whole lot. Leaving again now.
Yep. The barracks that was at the third and the one that was behind the gas at the natural sort of floating back in to be part of the wall.
Yep, making a solid wall with those barracks.
Natural command finishing now.
They'll be ready for any counter attack with that.
Are you counting counters? Factory getting started.
However, Slivko is not going for any such counterattack.
He's getting another macro hatch in his main.
Yep, and continuing to drone. Get his gases up. And just headed towards an economic game.
Yeah.
Both players now headed towards an economic game.
So they got all that aggression out right in the first couple of minutes and ready for Farmville. Tech Lab getting added onto the factory.
Yep, and a tank coming out right away. No siege tech yet. Zergling speed just now getting started. Stem pack's about a third of the way done.
Starport getting started.
And another barracks.
Macro hatch finishes. Scan in the main reveals the macro hatch. And no litter. Because it's at the natural. Family nest about 2/3 of the way done.
Siege tech is now on the way. Also, ground carapace on the way. Starport producing medevac right away. So essentially, Supernova doing the not so standard transition of two barracks cheese into what is almost like a 1-1-1.
Yeah.
Stem finishes. And Slivko is establishing a third. Down at the natural to the southeast position.
Yep, 8 Marines loaded into a medvac. Flying out across the map now. Looks like they're going to get spotted by an overlord though. Siege tech finishes.
They kill the overlord, and looks like there's one Marine trying to finish off another overlord.
Yep, 1 Marine in the drop gets dropped to deal with the overload that's on.
Zerglings and a queen, knowing the drop is coming, were positioned ready for it and turned it around for a moment. Now it is looping back. Might try to approach from the north, looks like.
Yep. And the 1 Marine that was dropped to kill the overlord does get the kill. Some tanks, SCVs, and Marines moving out across the middle of the map.
Marines now dropping on the middle line, getting a few drone kills. Stemming to engage the Zerglings for a moment, but then loading back up. No Marines died.
Slivko's third finishes.
And Supernova's Marine tank force sieging up right outside the creep. This drop continuing to be annoying out around Slivko's natural and his main. Currently 6 Marines still alive, medevac at 46 hit points. Headed south now.
Yeah, with his armor, we'll see if he elevatoring up.
Yep, dropping in at the third, getting a few more drone kills. And loading up before being able to take any damage from the Zerglings.
Yep, Supernova just elevating his entire army up over here.
Busy job for that lone medevac.
Very busy job.
Just about done, though.
I'd love to see this low medvac go
Slivko
back
is
to the main.
just vacating that third... Nope, some of his units just turned around. And they're engaging up the ramp.
Yep.
Siege tank's a little bit late to siege up. Slivko's units are streaming in here, and they will be able to clean this up pretty decently, it looks like. Yeah.
Yep.
Super
Meanwhile,
Nova's force is cleaned up.
the low medvac does drop one marine at a time to get 2 banelings to explode, but should get cleaned up by the queen anyways.
Now, the medevac did get out with 8 marines, so that attack force isn't lost entirely. It's starting to drop in the third. Gets fungled, though.
Yep.
And that's getting cleaned up and banelinged. And the medevac killed, too. So that aggression not able to accomplish much for Supernova.
Yeah, some very bad dropping going on.
Well, the drop was great, but the larger elevator push was not.
Yeah.
However, he's doing more his couple siege tanks, siege on the low ground up by Slivko's main, elevatoring a drop of marines up on the high ground right above it.
Yep, those 2 medvacs.
Marines stem up. Drones have been forced away from the line for a moment, but now there's some links and roaches coming to try and clean this up.
Supernova lands his third and starts morphing into a planetary.
He kills the first initial units sent to try and clean up the push, but now the second
Slivko
wave is
dropping
arriving.
fourth.
Dropping a whole bunch of infested Terrans. Also a decent number of roaches here, and they will clean off those tanks. One of the medevacs goes down. Slivko up at 162 to supply to Supernova's 100. He does have a large group of units out in the middle of the map now.
Yeah, just a massive blob of Zerglings.
Also morphing in a bunch of banelings now. 17.
Yep, a drop worth of marines down at the 4th of Slivko. Looks like they're going to force a cancel, if not a kill.
Slivko's army now headed down there to defend it rather than go for aggression now.
Does get cancelled. Marines get picked up, and medvac runs away.
Slivko up at 176 to Supernova's 117.
Slivko just keeping his army very mobile, moving between his bases whenever he isn't pushing. And not really pushing a whole lot, he's
not pushing
sort of massing up. Drop coming into the third.
Yeah, he evidently does not know about the advantage he has currently.
Or he's just happy to keep getting these, you know, killing off the drops constantly while just continuing to mass. Yep, another drop cleaned up.
Well, the drops
No
are
one having
by and
the main.
large doing a reasonable amount of damage, while Supernova is rebuilding behind this. You know, he is ever so slightly, he's catching up in supply.
Yep, building his own 4th command.
Slivko is taking a 5th and 6th at the pocket locations, as well as re-establishing the 4th.
Looks like the 6th is going to finish just in time to not be cancelable. We'll see if the army gets here in time.
There are a large number of Zerglings there. They do get there in time to defend it.
Yep.
And now they're going to catch those tanks too.
It's probably the biggest engaged the entire game.
Now
That is
Slivko looks
very
like he's moving
one-sided.
forward a little bit. Oh, tank on the high ground doing a lot of damage. And it looks like it's for now going to force the Zerglings back.
Yeah.
I'm going to spawn some infested Terrans up on top of the tank.
I didn't realize you could do that with that sight.
Now pushing in at the pocket position here, takes out the planetary fortress quickly. Also gets a couple tanks. A few marines try to defend, but they're being pushed back too. Slivko now pushing in towards Supernova's natural.
Yep, getting good surround on the marines surround next to the bunker.
Yep, the wall, well,
Bunker
it's
goes
just a
down.
joke, really. It's wide open
Yep.
now. Slivko 156 to Supernova's 100. Units now streaming in up in Supernova's main.
Yep, about 45 Zerglings. In the
Catches
main,
a
it's
Thor
not...
right off the production line.
Not where you want a large ball of Zerglings.
Yep, Supernova down to 65, down to about 60 supply. Just Slivko's 150.
Yep, Zerglings finish half one of the command centers. Or the command center for the fourth. Third lifts off. Or natural lifts off, rather.
So yeah, Zergling's just camping the production facility, Supernova down to 42, and he's GG'd.
Yep. Yeah, GG's out.
Yep, Slivko was a bit slow to take advantage of his lead that he'd taken there. Apparently not realizing he had it. But then eventually pushing in and simply overwhelming Supernova.
Yeah, well, maybe not realizing that he had as much of his lead as he did. But, just doing a good job of dealing with the drops as they happened and continuing to mass up very well.
Alright, well that ties it up 2-2. Onward to Game 5.